What up, guys? Talking with Tonka, episode 21. Yes, we made it. My favorite number, 21. Guest host today, Benihana, fresh in from not jury duty today. What's up, Benny?
What's up? How's it going?
I'm pretty sure people have been wondering where have you been. But special guest today, a kid I had to look this up, but we've been friends since 2009. Everett Jackson, a.k.a. DJ Highwood, a.k.a. Mr. Hollywood DJ. Am I missing any?
I don't know, sexiest man alive, but you could just,
Yeah. Did you know we've been friends since 2009?
2009, that's crazy. That had to be
that's when
McFadden's, right?
Yeah, so that's when we became friends on Facebook.
Okay.
So it could have been longer.
No, it definitely had to be before that because it takes like 3 to 4 months before I approve somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't go through my friend requests.
Oh, dude, I
did it on the spot.
I have 209 in there right now.
Yeah, I don't know those people.
yeah. And it's weird if I don't have like more than like 50 or 60 mutual friends. I don't even look at the profile.
Yeah.
To see if I even know who they are.
I don't even know where to check friends right now. It's probably people waiting like, yo, you're a jerk. But
Benny, how about you? You have any people waiting?
Yeah, there's definitely. I don't go on Facebook.
I literally go on Facebook to see whose birthday it is. Because like if it's a homie's birthday and I forget, because sometimes like I'll do the Instagram feed and if I see a picture of somebody and I'm like, oh, it's their birthday, and then I'll just happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. Or I post a picture, like I have tons of pictures, me and him, and me and you, those kind of things. But so are you good with birthdays? Like remembering birthdays?
I'm horrible with birthdays. I actually hate every holiday. Is that weird?
Holiday?
I'm not a holiday guy.
You're a dad now.
I
though,
never.
So you gotta.
He's the only one that cares about. I never really get into holidays, man. I don't know. It doesn't. It's like a weird. You have to celebrate because of this.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, it's your birthday. Do things like it's weird. Do them all the time. Like, why can't you have Christmas all the time? I don't know.
Well, I feel like you're getting new toys all the time. So, you work really hard.
I work very hard. So I actually have I was telling somebody about this the other day. I actually have a tattoo on my forearm. It's like my favorite one. I got it in Mexico. You remember that movie Desperado?
Yeah.
So the opening scene, Antonio Banderas, he's playing the guitar, right?
Yeah.
It's a great movie, whatever. I think it's like Quentin Tarantino. But the first line of the movie and the song is "Soy un hombre muy honrado que me gusta lo mejor," right? And that means like, I am a honorable man and I like the best things. Okay. And like that's like I think the word is mantra. I think that's what people call it now.
Yeah.
So that's my like thing is like I feel like I work really hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a pretty good person, and I think you should you should get the best things that you can afford. I mean, I can't afford a helicopter right now and love one, but I'm not doing that. But like, if I'm like, hey, listen, I'm gonna buy. We were talking about the other day. Like, I'm gonna get like a laptop. I'm gonna get the laptop that has everything on it.
Yeah. The
laptop I want. I'm not gonna deprive myself of something. So
I just got it. I just got mine. I think it was last year. I got my computer, the MacBook Air M2.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable. This computer.
Yeah.
Like the M2 chip, unreal. Like my battery life is insane.
Yeah.
The temperature is really good on it because there's no moving parts anymore in an Air. With the MacBook Pro, I think there's still a couple, but
you got the Air or you got the
Air. Yeah. It's a powerhouse.
Doesn't that only have like 2 USBs?
It has 2
USB-Cs?
but I'm all internal now. I have 2 terabytes in there, which I feel like is
okay.
Plenty.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and I have I think I did the 32 RAM. Or no, I did 16 RAM. So
but isn't one of them charging?
No, they went back to the other charger.
Mag charger. Oh, then you're good.
Yeah, mag charger and 2 USB-Cs.
Okay, that makes sense. So I've got the 2. I got the MacBook Pro. I actually just ordered mine. It should be here this week or next. I don't know. And it's got the 4, but I'm thinking like Serato charging USB just in case or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
so you went the Pro route. I don't know if Pro route has the MagSafe charger.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
USB-C.
Yeah.
Darn. I don't mind. I actually like it because you can go either side.
So you're a small screen guy like me. Did you go with the 13 or
13?
Okay.
Why? I like.
That space between the keyboard and the bottom of it bothers the shit out of me. If it's not level with like the mouse pad, like this one, if it's not level with like the same amount, I freak out.
Just typing.
I'm like,
you think it's a typo.
I'm like, why is it so far away? Why is it so far away?
No, it makes me feel old if I have like that like huge laptop, like big display. You know what I mean? Like,
you ever see Sat One when he's DJing? His print is like this.
Oh yeah, it is. It's got 13-point font.
It's so big. It's so big. So going back to the holidays, Ben, are you about holidays?
I don't get like really excited for like people get like hyped up like leading up to the holiday.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just I'm like it's coming and then it's there.
Yeah.
I'm
Were holidays big when you were growing up?
Sort of. I mean, we looked forward to it and everything, but like I wasn't like super excited.
Yeah, I feel you. So were holidays big when you were growing up?
So I didn't celebrate holidays at all. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh snap!
Yeah. But that's not why. I think growing up that way, and then like I think once I turned 18, I kind of like stopped or whatever, or probably like a little bit before that. But once I got to be an adult, I was like, not because of like religious reasons. I was like, this is weird. Like it's weird. Like Mother's Day is, I don't know. Like,
so did Jehovah's Witnesses do that?
No, they don't do any holidays
at all.
No, there's like a memorial, which is kind of like Easter, but it's really a strange thing. Like taking a step back from it and looking at it from outside in, it's really strange.
Are you Jehovah's Witness now?
No.
Are you anything now?
No.
Are you raising your son anyway, or
no? I think as I got to be an adult, and I think the world is kind of like that now, more than before. Is like you kind of take a step back and you understand of like spirituality versus religion. Yeah. And then we have so many examples of religions, and I don't want to be too political, of religions of it's a money grab for a lot of people. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it takes advantage of people in some ways. And this has happened, these are occurrences in each religion. Yeah. And it just makes it weird. Like, whoa, if God's supposed to be like involved in this, shouldn't I not be getting scared?
Yeah. So
I'm just going to go love God on my own. Like that's the way I feel.
So it's like Christmas is basically around Jesus, and Easter. Right. And then Hallmark made it a holiday by the cards and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, in a way, I definitely see what you're saying. I mean,
it's mostly most holidays are mostly retail driven.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? I definitely agree with that. Ben, what do you think?
Yeah. One of those things where it's like, we celebrated because everyone else celebrated, but it was more so like, I don't know. I didn't get super into it.
Yeah. So I I'm like any other kid. I love Christmas.
Yeah, but like as an adult, like once you turn to adult, you're like, whoa, like this is
it. As I stopped getting less and less presents as I got older, I'm like, it's just another day. Like I think I slept in this year, and I got to my family's whenever. I was like, whatever, I'll just get there whenever.
So like, what would you get? Like if somebody was like, what would I get you for a present?
Yeah. A gift card?
Yeah, like you already had. Like if I'm like, yo, man, I sure could use some AirPods. I'll have them within the hour. Like, yeah. I'm gonna pop by Best Buy and get them.
We're gonna dive into your MCing career, your DJ career, and everything. But I'm actually I want to start off by your fascination with motor vehicles in general, right? So I just saw you got a new bike.
Yeah.
Was it the BMW bike that you wanted?
Yeah.
So,
literally what we're just saying.
Well, no, I couldn't see it from the back part because this is why I wanted Ben. Ben's a motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
So explain to the audience and Ben what you got, because like I know you were looking for this bike.
It's a BMW S1000 RR.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that a good bike, Ben?
That's a great bike.
Yeah.
Real nice bike.
Yeah. Ben works for Revzilla.
Yeah. Okay. Oh shoot. Yeah. Discount time.
Yeah. He works the guy. He's the guy you'll be calling.
We're gonna go commercial. We'll be right back after these messages.
So what makes this bike different than any bike you've had?
It's as close you can get. I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's as close as you can get to like a super bike without the insurance risk. It's a fast, well constructed technology bike. It's the same thing as cars.
Really? Because I know you have a
the
BMW.
cars, yeah.
What BMW do you have?
X5.
The X5, and this thing it's all electric. You can't even hear it. It's amazing.
That's wild.
It freaks me out because it's like, and it has the airlift system and everything. It has everything I would want in a car.
Yeah.
But you know, I have nowhere to plug it in. Do you have a plug-in in your house?
Yeah. You can plug it in a standard outlet though. So you can go 220 like the Teslas or whatever. You can go in those, or you can plug it in a standard outlet. It just takes a little bit longer, but like it's great. And then there's
so you're saying I can run
charge.
an extension cord out my house and charge this, John?
Yo, I see people do that with Teslas all the time downtown.
Really?
Yeah. If you drive through the neighborhoods, you'll see people like with extension cords out of their window. You can do it. It just
imagine?
takes. It's wild.
Trash trucks like
your neighbor doesn't like you. They unplug your shit. Yeah.
But so ever since I known you, you always had a different automobile or motorcycle or something. What is it that like drives you to get something new and better? Besides, like you're wanting for toys, you're always upgrading. Like you had a Porsche truck at one time. That like it was like the first wedding we ever did together. You pulled up and I think in a Cayenne. And I was like, damn, dude. I was like, where the hell did you get this? I mean, because I didn't even know you had it. Because me and Hollywood known each other a long time, and I think the Phillies. But now that we DJ for the Phillies together, I think I see you more now than I ever have. Because like before, it'd be like every once in a while, we'd run on each other in passing. You would have a new whip or something. But now I think I see them more regularly now. So I'm seeing you more. So what drives you to keep upgrading?
So I've been through in my lifetime, I want to say like it's high 40s in cars.
Wow.
So I don't know where I'm at right now. It would take too long to count. But you spend a lot of time. You either spend your time at your house, at work, or in the car.
Yep.
So I feel like your house should absolutely 100% be the most comfortable place you can live.
Yes. I totally agree with that.
100%. You should have your stuff where you want it, the way you want it. Your house should be.
I'm almost there. Yep.
Right. Comfortable. And then for me, like second is your car. Your car is like your comfortability of your house. Mm-hmm. The functionality of like getting you to places. Plus, in a way, and I'm not like a superficial person at all.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you know, if I just did an event with Riding McLeod, and like if I'm charging them what I'm charging them, and not that I charge you more, Rodney, if you're listening to this, but not that I charge people more, but like my rates are my rates, and if you're charging people a certain thing, you know, it makes more sense, and you feel a lot more comfortable and confident in those spaces to have something that's nice. Okay. You know, so
it's like a realtor pulling up in like a Honda Civic to like $1 million house.
Right. Like if I pull up to, and that's the perfect example. If you're trying to sell me $1 million house and you pull up in a Civic, bro, I'm going to be like,
not taking that dude seriously.
Yeah. But if you pull up in a Mercedes, I'm like, yo, this dude, he's got it together. Yeah. He's got it together. You can know all your stuff, but it's kind of like
I kind of see what the one part you were saying. We spend so much time in our cars, me and you, I feel like. And like me and him out of the rest of the DJ squad, we're the only ones like not afraid to do doubles. I think Scooter's been dabbling a little bit now. But
all the time.
Ever since I upgraded from the Scion to the Volkswagen, the Tiguan, oh my God. Driving is so much better now.
But you're comfortable. You have all your stuff comfortably in your car.
Yes,
You got the space for... and don't get me wrong, I'm super functionality, and that's why I chose the X5. But like, you need the space for your equipment, but also like, I don't know, I like to have an extra seat if I have all my equipment in there. Yeah, just in case, like, you know, the homies want to come in.
Remember when my car used to be? You would not be able to sit in the back seat at all because I would have like so much stuff.
You have all your stuff in
and now
4 Scions.
Yeah, I had two. There's a story.
Don't get me wrong, I love them.
Yeah, because me and you had you had the box XP. He had the super dope square one, and I wanted that one. Yeah, I got my 2008. But they didn't have any. I got my 2008. Yeah. And I rode that to 230,000 miles, hydroplaned on the expressway, totaled it. Yeah. And then I was looking for a car, and I couldn't find anything really that I wanted, that I was okay with the payment. I was looking for like $350 and under at the time. And that was, I don't even remember, 7 years ago? I know, it doesn't matter. But I test drove RDXs, whatever, and I couldn't find anything I liked, and I needed to get a car because my rental car was up. I needed to find something, so I went back to the dealership where I got my Scion, and they had that one that I had that changed from white to green, and I was like,
it was dope.
And I paid for it. I think my payment was like $180 a month. And I was like, but the interest rate sucked.
39 miles per gallon.
Yeah, the interest rate sucked. So I wound up paying for more of it, but if I didn't get out of it when I did, I would have paid way more than it was worth.
Yeah.
So this Volkswagen dealership bought it out, and I had like $1,700 left over. Rolled it over into this payment, so it took care of the taxes and the tags and shit.
Yeah,
I think my dad threw up a G for me, and then my payment's $550 a month.
Yeah,
but it's like I'm paying for comfortability now and longevity because my warranty goes the length of the car, length of the term,
and it's just like enjoyable to drive wherever you need to go. You're just like enjoying actually driving.
Yeah, and Ben's got a GTI, beautiful GTI.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
which got me turned on to Volkswagen, to be honest.
So my new thing is the hands-free driving. So that's like one of the reasons why I got
yours has autopilot.
Yeah. So like, I mean, you're gonna laugh at me, but I literally just ordered the new BMW, the new X5. So I can go on the highway up to 85 miles an hour hands-free, and not have to touch the steering wheel, have to touch the pedals. It'll turn like I get. When I was texting you earlier on the way, I was like on AC Expressway. I send my emails, I send my invoices. I'm so productive in the car because you're just sitting there. It's the same as a plane in a way. Like you're sitting there while it's going.
See, like it doesn't scare you. Did it scare you when you first stared doing it?
I'm not looking at the road. I don't have anything to do. I can't see what I'm scared of.
I know, but when you first did it.
So I first got it on my on the Mercedes 450 coupe. I bought it from like from like New York. So I bought it and I was like it was, I don't know, it was supposed to be like 3 hours away or something like that. And I was on my way back and I was like, yo, I'm not going to try this until I get home. Hit New York traffic and I was like, let me try it. Never stopped.
Damn.
Never stopped.
I didn't know Mercedes had that.
Yeah, I didn't know the Mercedes BMW is not as good though.
I didn't, which coupe are you talking about? The one me and Ben were in, the SUV joint?
Yeah. So
remember
that one,
my birthday?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yep.
That one was nice. The Mercedes technology, it like follows the car in front of you, kind of.
Okay.
It's like a different technology. It's not as solid, and you can't go full hands free. Like it's weird. That's why I like BMW.
My Volkswagen has it doesn't have the lane assist,
active cruise control.
Yeah, so it has the active. I can see the car in front of me on the screen. Yeah. So it'll slow it down. It'll do that.
That's clutch, though.
Dude. That's clutch. Yeah. That's great. But I still have to look at the damn road. Yeah. If I would have went up one more, I would have had the lane assist and all that stuff. So I really wouldn't have to touch the wheel. Yeah. But that's fucking wild. And how do you order this? How did you order a new one already? You've had this one for like a year.
No, I had it since 2021.
Really?
No, I got this one in 21. So I've had it for 2 years. I'm at about 40,000 miles on it. So I put a lot of miles. Yeah. I still have time on my warranty, but I don't know. I kind of did a treat yourself moment. Yeah. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna order the new one.
You have to buy it because you drive too much for a lease. Yeah. So
but they start producing. BMW is actually really dope, like super dope. So I ordered the 24. It goes in production next week, I believe. So I'll have it.
It's like it's a Domino's like tracker. You could like
no, it does. They have it
building
on the website. They have like your thing is in production. It says like going through electronics, paint.
That's sick
at the carrier. So here's the cool part.
Progress pictures.
Yeah, I wonder how accurate.
No, so I'm going to pick it up from the not the dealer, from the factory. August the 16th. I'm going to go to. It's in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So you go there, you get there the night before. They put you through like a performance course with like not your car, but like the same car you have. Yeah. They put you on a track. You go like off-roading. It's like a whole day of shit, and then you drive it back home.
That's fucking wild.
Awesome. Yeah.
Is that part of the? Do you have to pay for that?
No, it's free. Like they pay for your hotel. They they give you like food and shit.
Is this a competition one?
They give you no, I'm not playing it. That's all.
Joe Z got it.
That's
you remember Joe Z? He's got he's a
doctor though. Come on.
I think he's got the M5 competition.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
The SUV. That thing is sick, bro.
Joe needs to send me some money.
Yeah, it literally sounds like a boat.
That is a hybrid.
It sounds like a boat. It's like so loud. I was like, when he sent me a video of him taking off at a street, he still street races with it.
Jesus Christ.
And his, I think it's an A5 he has. Remember that supercharger Audi? I think it was an A5. Wild. He has the 2 wildest cars. I was like, this thing is so loud. So is this another version of your car then?
This is the 50E. Yeah. So this is going to be a hybrid too.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised you didn't go the Taycan route, the Porsche Taycan.
So I refuse to pay over $100,000 for a car. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
This
thing is
like
wild.
I'm doing good for myself, but even like when I'm like well, I don't want to pay over $100,000.
Yeah. Can I ask you how much this car is? You don't want to disclose. You don't have to.
I don't know.
It's got to be under 100.
It's 100. It's under 100. Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So I mean, you're at.
Because like, there's a part of me that wants to order the new Tiguan. The new Tiguan that's coming out. I think it's 24. It comes out. Wild. They changed the back, the front.
Yeah.
It's sick looking.
Yeah.
It's sick looking.
I looked at those. I looked at the Ranges. I looked at the new Mercedes. I just I don't know.
Do you have a car preference, Ben, besides Volkswagen?
I would say probably in the same family. I would look at an Audi. I think that'd be like the natural progression.
Yeah, for sure.
So expensive. What is it? The R8? Right? That's the John.
Yeah, I mean that for
You're
like
not allergic to cats,
sedan.
Right? No,
okay. I would be looking at something more like the RS3. I like a lot because it's a 5-cylinder.
Okay, that's a sedan, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get off the car talk before we lose too many people. I feel like that's why one of the reasons why I wanted Ben on, because I feel like we share a common interest because you like to work out. We both like to work out. Yeah. You like cars. We both like cars. He likes bikes. You like bikes. So I was like, no, this is good. This is good. So this is something that a lot of people probably don't know. How'd you get partnered up with the Rough Riders?
A
lot of people probably don't know that. He's part of the Rough Riders.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So this was 2005. 2005. I've been riding bikes since I was early 20s. Mm-hmm. So I was riding. I had one of my boys. They were like real close. I don't know if you guys know this, but DMX loved Philly. Like he was like a Philly dude. He was always down here. Like his twins are actually I think they're like 3 or 4, like his last kids that were born, and they're from Philly. So he was in Philly all the time. And he has like a lot of connections. So there was a group of guys that would always, look out for him when he came in and whatever. So I was cool with them. And then we just kind of like started like hanging, I think around that time.
Okay.
And then probably 2006, I think that's when he signed the deal with Def Jam with Sony Urban.
Okay.
With Sony Urban. And once he signed that deal, I was up there when he signed that deal with them. You can find like pictures on Instagram.
I've seen it. Yeah. That's what made me bring it up.
So he signed that deal, and then I started. At the time, I was just like doing parties as like a host and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think that was kind of as I was progressing through DJing. So I would do like a mixture of both. It just depended on whose show it was with like DMX, Jadakiss. I think.
So you would be their DJ for the show?
Sometimes I would DJ stuff. Sometimes I would host.
That's wild. I thought you were just part of like the riding. Do you still have your leather?
I still got my vest, man.
Yeah.
My Friday John.
You ever wear that, John?
No, it's a trophy now. You know what's weird is like after I think after the first show I did with X, I stopped wearing it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. We talked about this too with the Phillies. So I am a do something big until they know who you are without.
Yeah.
Identifying you. So like
he walks around with his badge on. I'm like, that's ballsy as shit. Because they still ask me for mine when I'm going to the bathroom and all.
No. So like I feel like you make your mark. Yeah. And make people know who you are.
He drives around with a tag on his car.
No tag, no license or anything.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna be honest. You're a little bit more tall. You built like an action hero, right? You're like 6'5".
Yeah. I don't blend in too well.
Right. So like you're easily recognizable because like you're literally built like an action hero. Yeah. Right. So this is a perfect segue. Yeah. What got you into fitness? Because I feel like ever since I met you, you've always been built. You've never been out of shape. Yeah. So were you fat as a kid and we're like, I'm never going back? Like I was fat. You
I remember. Yeah.
So like when I was fat as shit. So I was like, I'm never going back. So what was there like were you an athlete growing up or what?
No. So I missed the boat. Like I said, from religious stuff that we weren't really like
you couldn't play sports either.
No, you don't do competitive sports. It's weird. It's like a weird thing because you had to like separate yourself from.
I don't mean to sound ignorant, but you're kidding. Like,
no, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Now I think they loosened up now, which also is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get into that. Yeah. But it's weird. They used to celebrate Christmas in like the 50s, but then now they don't. It's fucking dumb. So like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's wrong with it. But so we weren't playing competitive sports back then. So like once I got older, I didn't really go into sports. I think I was allowed to like run track like in my last couple of years. But once I got older, I started doing like going to the gym. It was like an old bodybuilding gym I used to go to for a while. And then I just kind of kept myself in shape. I think over the last 15 years, I don't want to say 15, maybe over the last like 10 years, that's when I like kind of started moving to like those first 5, I was trying to get bigger. And then over the last like 6 years or so, that's when I started CrossFit.
Yeah.
Then CrossFit, it just gives me like that competition feel with like really great results.
Have you ever had any complications with CrossFit? Like my brother's gotten hurt a couple times and stuff like that.
CrossFit is as much of an exercise for your body as it is for your ego.
Okay.
And if you keep that in mind,
I've seen the weight humble you a few times on your Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
That's usually how people get hurt. I mean, there's other ways, knock on wood, that like you can get hurt, but like other than that, you need to progress your weight properly.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it just doesn't go. And you've seen, sometimes I'll go for a overhead snatch and I'll get it up to a deadlift and I'll just drop it.
Yeah.
It's not there today.
Yeah.
Let it go.
You just hit a record for yourself, a PR for yourself for a snatch, right?
315, I think it was.
God damn. Like Ben is like the squatting king over here. This kid, he's strong. He's really strong. What's your max squat?
It was like probably 405. Was like
the back squat.
And how much you weigh now?
Now I'm like,
well, when you did it,
when I did it, I was definitely like probably maybe like 210.
Yeah, I feel like that makes a difference.
Yeah,
that definitely makes a difference for sure. Yeah. So that's damn. I was hoping there would be like a backstory, like like I was fat as shit. Now I don't want to be fat because that's why I haven't came off keto. Is because I'm afraid to get fat again.
Well,
it
also
fat.
segues you into being a healthy, alive adult.
Right.
Once you get past 30, not that I am.
He won't agree. I know how old he is, but he won't realize it.
So once you get past 30, you got to start working towards keeping yourself healthy and alive. Right. There's no way I'm going to die of some weird health thing at like 60 or 70. Like you should be like your peak fitness at like around that time, and it should like plateau. You should be going sideways, with your fitness at that time. There's no reason why. And we should, we can party and do all that stuff, but like, I'm in the gym in the morning.
Yeah. That's one thing I will say about you and me, and even Ben too. After a night of drinking, we're in the gym the next day. Yeah. But you don't really drink that much. I feel like. I mean, you turn up sometimes, but. Like we've gotten turned up.
There's 2 different reasons. It's only because of sometimes like my workouts. If I have like a big workout the next day or like something I really want to push myself on, I'm not going to drink. But then also with working over at the Flyers, I know I'm not my best when I drink the night before. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I went this past weekend. I think I had 2 shots all weekend. I'm on this like antibiotic for some infection on my leg. Yeah. And it actually feels good to like not drink when I'm working. Yeah. And then the next day I'm not hungover. Right. You know what I mean? Especially those early Sundays at the Phillies, man. It's fucking brutal. Yeah. Like
you're getting home like 3 o'clock in the morning and you have to be at the door by 9:30. So you're like barely 6 hours of sleep. I'm like dragging ass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm drinking 2 of these at the ballpark.
Yeah.
Like, so this is we're drinking a Celsius. Everyone but Everett here is drinking a Celsius. So it's hopefully going to be sponsoring the channel.
Yeah.
I'm working on a thing with them, a brand ambassador thing. Hopefully it pans out. That'd be phenomenal. So let's dive into how we met. Me and you. You were DJing. I was DJing, and we were friends with a bunch of the same people. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We met through a mutual friend. I think it was Slip.
Yeah.
And then he brought us together. Like, oh, we're gonna DJ this party together. And I think that was the first time we met. We did a McFadden's party together.
It was. I want to say $2 Tuesdays or something. I don't know whether it was $2.
Yeah,
but it was some crazy thing where it was like, McFadden's was wild, bro.
Yeah. And then we didn't really know each other. Then we hit it off right away. Yeah. I think we've been friends ever since.
It's because you had this I think he had this blend he did. Every now and then I steal it. He blended Staying Alive and Tambourine.
I still do it.
I know.
I still do it.
I know. It's me too.
I did it at the ballpark the other day. Actually,
that's fine.
Because when they do the like have fun kind of moment, like when the visitors coming up, I'll do something like that. Because like with those MLB, when we have the MLB games, it's like we get a little bit longer than 45 seconds. So like 100%. I can have a little bit of fun. And you kind of. I never heard you play a game until I brought my dad to the game, that Veterans Day game, and I kind of saw what you did, where you're mixing like 2 different drops and like doing a bunch of things in the inning. So I tried that this week.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I was like, this is awesome.
Right?
Because like sometimes I'm worried about. Oh man, 45 seconds is a long time. Yeah. But you made it feel like a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna try to adapt to that. So I tried it, and it was so good. It was so much fun.
Do it, man.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Even if I'm just cutting over a vocal, like over it. It was so much fun. So I appreciate you doing that and like let me see you do that. But so it's funny how people meet, right? Like I met Ben through a mutual friend. I met you through a mutual friend. Now look, I have 2 lifelong friends so far. So do you have anybody in your life where you've been introduced, but you're not friends with that other person anymore? So like I'm not friends with Slip anymore, right? So do you have any lifelong friends that you've been like we've been friends almost a long time? Yeah. So do you have any situations like that where someone introduced you to someone, you're friends with them now, but not friends with them?
I don't know. I couldn't. I'd probably erase them from my memory at this
point. Ben, anybody?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Because it's funny how we're all
a lot of girls that are like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's funny how like you maintain relationships with some people, but then some people like it just fades away. So the people that stick around, I feel like, are the real friends.
Yeah, 100%.
Right,
100%.
So it's funny, and then how the Phillies came about. Like all the homies are together working with each other. And now I feel like it brought us together further as a group for sure, because we're all homies. You know what I mean?
But I think that's, like one thing that makes, especially like me, you, actually, I think all 5 of us, if we're talking Phillies DJs, but I think that's what makes us kind of the same in that way, is like, we didn't like go to high school together. Right. We didn't go to college together. So we're not, and no shade to anybody, but like, we're not like a crew that like, or a group of guys that came together because, I know him. Like, if I'm like, yo, bro, you trying to like DJ, and like just because, I know that guy. Like we have the same classes. Like none of us were put on because of that. It was because of like, yo, this dude has a really nice blend that I want to steal. Yeah. But like this dude is like, he's really good, and that's how I got cool with Nine. That's how I got cool with Scooter. Is fucking amazing. Yeah. And like everybody, Smooth, the same thing is like, and it's just like a mutual respect, admiration, and like, oh shoot, like I can rock with these guys, and then like we can go to a diner and fucking sit down.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, after the meeting, we all went to we bullshitted for like an hour and a half, which is great, and that's what I feel like. Not only is it work, but you're hanging out with your friends too. Right. So, now we're gonna change gears a little bit, right? Yeah. We're gonna talk hockey, right? So Ben is a Bruins fan, so no shade at him.
Ben is gonna be leaving now.
Yeah. So
after he gives me that 50% discount.
Yeah. What's your discount at Roadzilla?
Friends and family would be 20.
Oh,
20.
That's good.
That's good enough for me.
Tax, a little bit over tax and shipping. So, how did the Flyers thing come to be? So if no one knows, Hollywood is the voice in the arena, in the bowl of the Flyers.
Yes.
In Wells Fargo Center.
Uh-huh.
How did that come to be?
All right. So it was a combination, honestly. So when it first, and I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to DJ on the concourse.
Yeah.
For Flyers and
because I did
Sixers.
the Sixers for a little while too.
Yeah, and I was doing that for I don't know how many years. Mm-hmm. But then obviously I was doing all my other clubs and all other events and stuff like that. I'm also, and we'll probably segue into that. I also take DJing as a business, versus a gig, a job, or career, right? So as a business, you are always looking to acquire more clients.
Always.
Any business, any successful business, they're always acquiring more clients.
Right.
One of the ways for a DJ to acquire more clients, LinkedIn.
Oh snap! Never thought about that.
Put my information on LinkedIn, and not just so one of the like cheat codes I guess I have is that I'm an MC, or a event host. So I've like experience doing that. So I put my profile in there: MC, DJ, event host. The girl that was there at the Flyers, Alexa Eichler, she found me on LinkedIn, and she was like, "Oh, this guy is like kind of cool. He's kind of like a DJ, and he's got like a little swag, but he can also like host." Because I had like clips or whatever,
right?
And she, I think she called me first to ask about an audition, and then she was asking around, speaking to people in the office, and they're like, "Oh, you have this guy Everett coming in." And I came in, I did my audition, and people were like, "Yo, what's Hollywood doing there?" And she's like, "Who the fuck is this Hollywood guy?" And all these people knew that I was like, "Oh, that's Hollywood." Like, you don't know? And like in the most humble way, but like people are like, "Yo, Hollywood, get like he's just a fucking dude's crazy." So it worked. It worked out, man. And it's wild because she called me. I had just got to Cancun.
Oh snap!
I just got to
one of your many visits to Cancun.
Yeah, I used to travel all the time. It's crazy. And it's weird because that job is what stopped my traveling as much. I used to dip like, I got 3 days off. I'm out. Yeah,
literally.
All the
time. Not
time.
even kidding.
That's why.
And like, not like, I'm going to like Massachusetts. Like I would be in like Paris. Like I would be out.
Yeah.
So I had just got to the airport in Mexico, and I guess she must have called me while I was on the plane, and I got this voice message, and she's like, "Hey, this is I'm calling from the Flyers, and we want to bring you for an audition." And I'm like, and I was with my girl at the time, and I'm like, hang on before we check in, I might have to leave. I was gonna leave. Because it was a game the next day. I was gonna leave.
I'd be out.
I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, it was a game on. I think I got there on a Tuesday. She was like, "It's a game Wednesday that you can come on for an audition, or Saturday." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll come into tomorrow's game." She's like, "You're in Mexico, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I will come into tomorrow's game. I'll see you tomorrow. If I got to fly there and then fly back or whatever, I don't care. I'm going. I'll be there." And she's like, "No, it's okay. Just come in on Saturday." And I came in on Saturday.
And that was history.
And yeah.
And now
it's crazy.
So it's funny how small the world is, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like how I don't even know how you would go look for some event host on LinkedIn.
So you can't find it. So, and that was, I think, her dilemma is like again, I always have to say like I'm in the humble way possible, but you can't find a me, right? So like it's what I do, and I don't think people really get it if you don't scratch the surface, right? So for me, and I mean, if I gotta compare, you have like a Nick Cannon, maybe, but I don't want to be compared to Nick Cannon, but like you don't
have 18 kids.
No, absolutely not. Yo, that dude is wild.
Yeah,
he's shooting up the club.
Yeah, but he actually has a really good paperwork thing where he only has to pay for 4 of them or some shit.
Yo, he's weird. He's wild.
He makes people sign like all these paperwork before they even have intercourse.
Yeah, paperwork is good, but then once your kids start calling you, it's over.
Yeah, it's right.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, son, I can't see you. Like, you have double-digit kids?
Yeah.
They all at the same age?
Together. Yeah. He has like 13 kids.
You know how many FaceTimes that is once they know how to use FaceTime? That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yo, and you can't just keep hanging up on your kids. You gotta keep doing it because who's calling you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
so it's wild. So I for me, I'm a professional host.
okay.
So like, for example, we've got a press conference coming up next week, right? So like, I'll do that. Hi, my name is Everett. I'm from Wells Fargo Center. I'm your host there today. Like, I'm bringing out the mayor. We have the mayor of Philadelphia. Jim Kenney is going to speak to us about new improvements and whatever.
Yeah.
I can do that, but I can also say, Flyers fans, we're going into blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Make some noise. And we'll go, we'll take it there. It's hard to find people that can do both
Right.
and not frighten or bore either crowd.
Yes. I agree. That's awesome. Yeah.
So I think that's where it works out, and I think it translates to the club too.
Yeah.
It's the
100%.
same thing. Like from when I'm DJing, like
Yeah.
I can take it where it needs to go.
Because sometimes when I would stop to see you at like bootleggers and stuff, it'd be dead kind of, and then you would get like you would hop on the mic and everything, and that you take what crowd is there and you make them have a good time, which is something I always envied of you. Because sometimes like if it's like kind of whack, I'm kind of playing like whatever, I don't care. So I play a mix for like all night. But does the Bruins have an arena host?
I don't know. I haven't been to a game in a while.
Oh, you know?
Yeah, I'm joking. I don't know.
Who's better, the Bruins bear or Gritty?
I like Blades.
Oh,
What? Gritty is the number one mascot.
I didn't know his name was
across
Blades.
whatever sport.
Is that just because you don't like Gritty because he's ugly?
No.
Because he's not ugly.
Do you remember that time? Did I tell you about that when I was waiting at the elevator and Gritty came up and he saw my hat and he flicked it off my head?
No, when was that?
Thank you, Gritty.
Went to
that sounds about right.
That sounds right. Yeah,
I was at Flyers game, Bruins Flyers, and I was standing at one of the elevators, and like Gritty came up with like his security guards.
Yeah,
and we were just like standing there, and he was like high fiving people, and he like looked at me, and he saw the hat, and he just like stopped, and then he just like.
That's legit. That's protocol. That sounds good. I like it.
So me and Ben went to the last game in Wells Fargo Center before COVID when they played the Bruins.
Yeah.
We were at that. You came to see us.
Yep. I remember.
Remember? We were working the lights, and you came up and found us.
Yeah. Yo.
Those seats make no sense. They are so high.
What, the assembly level?
Yeah.
Oh no, you guys were up. You were on.
We were literally working the lights. We were higher than the lights.
Yeah.
It's a cool view from up there.
It's cool. You can see the whole ice.
It works better for that than basketball, for hockey than basketball.
Yeah.
Because if you're up there for basketball, it's like ridiculous. Just go home and watch it.
Just go home and watch it on television. Do people buy those tickets for? I guess for playoffs, they probably did.
Yeah, both.
Because I didn't like it up there.
Some people are like, yeah, just got to be in the building. Like when you see concerts like Taylor Swift or Beyonce, and people are like,
are those tickets available for that?
Yeah, they do. They'll sell out the whole stadium.
Really?
Yeah, it's just weird, and you wind up watching the.
Isn't that where the
concert.
Oregon guy sits for the Flyers? Doesn't he sit
He sits
up there?
on assembly level.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Wow. Do you know that guy?
Yeah.
Is he cool?
Yeah.
I figured to play the Oregon, you got to be kind of weird.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He's a pretty younger guy, but he plays like he's the same thing as like he knows how to play like modern day stuff.
I wonder if he's the guy that does the Philly stuff.
No,
it's not the same guy.
No, I don't think so.
Because I don't know if you were at the Phillies game. You hear the cool Oregon stuff we have? It's like they have a couple new ones now, and I was like, this is new. Never heard this. I forget what it was, but it was like it was like a hip hop song or something, and I was like, this kind of works. All right, this kind of works. You know what I mean? But now with the shortened times, it sucks. So, how did Hollywood? Because I think you know how I got Tonka, right? You guys know that?
Yeah. You got hit by a truck.
Yeah. No, I wish I got hit by a truck.
It was your favorite toy growing up.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Long story short, I was at Shampoo breakdancing, and I kept falling out of a move. People were like, "Oh, it looks like it hurt." Nope, you're indestructible like a Tonka truck. Boom, stuck since I was 18 years old. Yeah. So how did Hollywood come about?
My brand, if you ever break it down, is Mr. Hollywood DJ.
Right.
So I used to host under Mr. Hollywood
for like your bar mitzvahs and stuff.
No, this is pre then. So before I got into any of this stuff, I used to do like modeling and like acting and like hosting shit. So I did like appearances on TRL. I used to do a show on BET Jazz called My Two Cents.
What?
Yeah,
I did not know any of this.
Old me was crazy. So I'm telling you, I've been on Cold Case Files. I've been on,
What case?
I don't know, backgrounds of music. I played a cop. I was on.
Wait a second.
I did background.
No.
It wasn't. It was like a.
You were a cop on cold case files?
Yeah, I'll send you the picture one day. But I was like a cop on it. Nothing crazy. I used to do all the background stuff. Like I've done commercials with Sony. Who else? Annapolis, that movie that shot.
Yeah.
I did background acting in that. So I used to do a lot of stuff to like be on TV.
Yeah.
That was my goal. Was like, oh, I want to be like famous one day. Like that was like my goal as a younger person.
Yeah. I tried out for Jersey Shore, Real World, and all those things. I'm surprised you weren't on any of those.
Wild. I got to the second because I was working for MTV. Back then, you couldn't want to be an actor to go on a reality show. Okay. I don't know if you remember that. If you were like, yo, I'm an actor, or like I want to be a model, you were out. Because they wanted real people. Now you could be like, yo, I'm like bipolar and I'm on like want to be famous. In there.
Yeah.
Yo, like you're on the show. So now it's like you can have an alcohol problem, all that. They used to filter all that out. Okay. So I was working, it's wild because I used to do the Real World Road Rules wrap up shows. Yeah. So I used to ask questions to the cast members.
Wow.
And
did not know
so I used to do that for a while. I came real cool with one of the cameramen. He would, like hook me up, tell me when any auditions, all this stuff was. I tried to backdoor it. I went to the interview for Real World Paris. They were interviewing in Philly at some random club or whatever. TV goes out of LA. Music comes out of New York.
Okay.
Got to my second round and they were like, isn't that Everett? Shit. They recognized. Yeah, I was so good because I knew exactly what to say. Yeah, I knew exactly what to say and do. It was great. I would have been on Real Paris, but it didn't work out. But anyway, so I used to do all this like TV stuff, and then at that time, that's when a lot of my like boys and like the hood people, they was always like, "Yo, he Hollywood." Actually, DMX called me Hollywood.
Hollywood.
So it was then that like I kind of adapted the Hollywood name, and it was like, oh, that's just Hollywood. It was Hollywood.
It's funny how your friends nickname you and then it sticks.
Yeah. And it's like, and people think, yo, he called himself Hollywood. Like, it's not that. Like, that's what my friends used to do. Yeah. Call me Hollywood. And back then, like, I didn't know I would be at the position I'm at right now, which I don't know, it's weird. But I started hosting parties under Mr. Hollywood, and then I started DJing, and then it was Mr. Hollywood DJ.
So you'll never change that?
I think I'm too far gone. And I thought about it, and it's for me, I think at this point now, like I've put so much work into building that name and that brand. And I think also like Philly, and don't get me wrong, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Philly respects it enough. Okay. Where I can DJ at a Phillies game and have Hollywood on my jersey and be introduced as Hollywood. Right. At Flyers games, my jersey has Hollywood. Sometimes I go by Everett at Flyers.
I was going to say, it says Jackson on yours, doesn't it?
I can wear my Hollywood jerseys. Maybe we'll see this season since Kevin left, but whatever. And then I can go, I'm over at, Q102, and over at Q, I can introduce myself as Hollywood on Philly's #1 hit music station. You know what I mean? So, but like, it's enough where people are like, oh, yo, like this, they respect it. And it's like, accept it. And that's a lot for Philly to respect and accept somebody called Hollywood. And I appreciate that.
Because it's funny you say that, because like when I changed my name for a little while to my government, Eric Vanderslice, I feel like people still called me Tonka. So when I switched back, it was like no transition at all. Mm-hmm. Like, did you change my name in your phone? Or might have been Tonka in your phone. Yeah. So people are like, I still haven't changed it. So it's fine. Like, we're good. Because like, even when I changed my name, people still call me Tonka. So I feel like I'm never going to get rid of that. So I just roll with it. And now
it's a descriptive thing.
Right. Yeah. So people don't even, it's like, it's funny. I always say like some people don't even know my real name. Because they call me Tonka so much. They're like, what is your real name? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
But you got to go with that, man.
Oh, yeah,
you got to go with that. Like
it's like at the Phillies. They didn't know what my real name was. Yeah. Like Sean didn't know my real name. He was like, who's Eric?
Until, in fact, so until I went over to the Flyers, I wouldn't introduce myself. Like, people wouldn't know my name almost the same way. They don't know my age. Unless you write me a check, you don't need to know my first name.
Yeah, so it's funny because Sat was on last week, and I introduced him as Joseph Thorpe, and no one knows his real name.
Yo,
he was like, he's like, no one's really called me that. So he's like, I asked you if you didn't want me to touch on anything. You know what I mean? Because it's funny. Yeah. He's like, he calls me a dick because like I'll go up to Ghost and be like, Joshua, how are you? And I call you Everett.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not being a dick. I'm just like, I don't know. I just think it's just funny. Like it's funny.
No,
to call you my real name. You know what I mean?
Because
I know your real name. Yeah, I know your real name, and it's funny that a lot of people. Who did I find out? I had a guy on episode 19, Tyler, his kid Tyler Kingsley. That's not even his real name. Yeah. So it's funny when you have people that perform like Aiden Scott. That's not his real name, right? So it's like it's funny to hear like people. Obviously, our names are. Nicknames, so it's not like brand? A real name, but like people like Aiden Scott sounds real. Yeah, that name sounds real. Like that could be your real name, right? Like Ben Dubinsky, real name. You know what I mean? So like, but like Hollywood, that definitely can't be your name, right? So
it should hold the same amount of weight,
right? Exactly.
It should hold the same amount of weight. So if you met, I don't know, if somebody was like, "Yo, my name is," I'm trying to think who's. It's a famous person.
And Everett's not a name you hear all the time either.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's like a good name. It's a cool name. Like, I wish I had a cool name. Like Eric. It's so boring.
Yeah, mine is
so boring.
Not good.
Vanderslice, though, that's cool.
That's Vanderslice is cool. Yeah, I like my last name. People think it's fake.
Somebody said I should have went by Everett, like the record scratch, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing.
Everett. You ever hear that dad joke?
What's this DJ's name? And then they're trying to write out, how do you spell Everett? Like,
what did the DJ name his kid? Everett.
Oh my God. Right. Like,
what's the DJ's favorite sauce?
Oh my God.
Those dad jokes.
You love the dad jokes.
Yeah. Now that you're a dad, do you have any good dad jokes?
No.
How old's your son now?
4.
Yeah, he's like he has the same personality as you.
Yeah.
I don't know who you know at NBC Sports, but he was in the stands and they found him and they put him on TV.
He's again on TV. TV, Jumbotrons. He's been he's spoiled. Like I gotta keep working hard because it's gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, he's got to have a pretty cool childhood so far because you do some cool shit.
He just got back from Spain.
What?
Yeah.
You were in Spain?
No. By itself. No, he didn't. He went with his family, but like, dude's been.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Jace.
Jace. Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Made it up.
You just made it up.
Yeah.
I like it. I didn't know if like it was like a baby book find or.
No, just randomly. I didn't know whether whether his mom was having a boy or girl. We didn't find out until.
Oh, so it's like a surprise.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was like,
let's just roll with it. So,
man, this
is that. Yeah. I actually kind of wish you were co-hosting this episode. 19, we talked about baby names. So let's. We're totally going. See, I told you, it goes off the rails here. Yeah. So, what's going through your mind? A baby comes out, you're holding it. How the fuck do you name a kid? Like, how do you do that? Like, who names their kid like Helen or Grace? Like, what's going through your head? Like, I didn't have to name an animal. But
I don't think you can name it until you see it.
So it just came to you?
I think I had I don't even remember what the other options were. I think I had 2 other options.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, maybe I could do this.
Like, are you both conversating? You're like, buh. Oh, like.
I think we had I think she had a 3, or I think we both landed on 3 different names.
Okay.
And then that was 1. I think we had 3 if it was going to be a girl.
Okay.
But then once you're in that moment, I don't think you have to decide until the day after though.
Yeah. I guess your emotions are probably through the roof at that point.
I was tired, man. Dude he was born on a Saturday for no reason. I can't tell you how irritated I was.
On a Monday when I'm off.
Dude, I had a tripled, bro.
I feel like you're never off though, so I think there's no good days for you. He showed me his calendar. There's a dot on every day.
Yeah. It is. He could have came on a Sunday. I had Drake's after party at Noto that night.
Oh snap!
I still DJ'd it though. I was out.
Wait, what?
He was born at 2:00. There was nothing else for me to do.
So she called.
I was like, "Yo, you good? I'm gonna dip out for a few minutes."
Stop it!
Yes,
you DJ'd it.
It was Drake.
I mean, I would have done it too. I guess. But the kid was she was fine. The baby was fine.
Yeah, they were asleep. I'll be back.
In a couple hours.
Yeah,
he had an opener. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Damn. But so it just happens to come to you. You're just like Jace, and the wife's or a girlfriend, or she was like, Oh my God, yeah. I love that. Is that how it went?
I think we had them picked before.
Okay.
And then we were like, yo, which one do you think we'd go with? And,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have any baby names, Ben?
No, why would I?
No, I'm just saying, like, do you ever
come
think
up with
about
a baby name, you're going to wind up with a baby.
I'm just saying, do you have any cool baby names in the back of your
Don't
head?
speak that to existence. I'm telling you
Jesus
right now.
Christ. Yeah, don't say it. T, if you're listening, he didn't say a word. His girlfriend's a faithful listener. They both are to the podcast. And Ben's a very silent co-host, if you haven't noticed, but he has these, like, sometimes I bring him in just for, like, these silent jabs, and he has it's good questions every now and then. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for it. Sometimes
no pressure.
Yeah, sometimes it just pops out of nowhere. He's just boom, question.
Yeah.
So, and it's always good to have someone else in the room too, because like I said, sat on last week, and Nine was going to co-host today, but then he forgot he had to pick up Ray from the airport because I figured like that because like me, him, and Sat. We talked for 25 minutes when the audio stopped recording. Yeah. So I could only imagine what it would have been like with us three. We probably could have went for 3 hours because Sat was the longest episode I've ever had. It's almost 2 hours long.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Yeah, it was wild. But he lives such a cool life. And I actually learned a couple of things about him that I didn't know. Which today I'm even learning things about you.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about this podcast, right? So I've had friends on. And people that I don't know, obviously, but the friends that I'm bringing on, I'm learning so much about them, and I'm pretty sure that people are listening too that are finding out more about them as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the whole point about this, right?
Yeah.
Because like I like to talk, you like to talk, Ben likes to talk sometimes. So let's get into your DJ career, right?
Yeah.
So what got you into DJing?
I used to party a lot. As in like go to parties, not
no booger sugar forever.
No nose nachos.
Nose nachos.
That's my favorite one.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, nose nachos.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start using that.
I'm like, waiting to see somebody in the bathroom. I'm like, yo, nose nachos.
Extra sour cream.
Yes.
I love that.
So I used to party a lot, man. I used to go to clubs a lot.
Okay.
Like back in the day, and I was like faithful, like one of those, like, yo, you come out every week.
Yeah, that's right. I was breakdancing in nightclubs. That's why I'm surprised we didn't know each other.
So I used to do that. I don't even remember the names of the clubs, but like I could
run
do
down
like some battling and stuff like that with like Wu-Tang and stuff like that. I wasn't really big in breakdancing, but we were like the Wu-Tanger fucking battle type of dudes. So I used to do that a lot, and then I started going to like the college parties. Mm-hmm. And then every now and then they'd be like, yo, play some songs. And I think we had CDs back then. I had a big ass thing of CDs. So I would play, songs on my CDs. I knew which ones to queue up. And I had like good song selection. And then there was a guy that I used to work with, DJ KO.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember him, but
no, I don't think so.
So KO and I used to do Palmer's. I don't know what it was called Palmer's back then.
That sounds familiar.
Maybe it was called Palmer's.
Where Trilogy is?
Actually, it was Palmer's. So yeah. So we used to do Palmer's.
I feel so old now. I knew that.
Yo, right? So we used to do that when we always worked together. It was KO was the host, Holly was KO's the DJ, Holly was the host. And then I was like, yo, I would, DJ for a little bit. He would host. We would flip back and forth. And then it was just like one day, I don't know if you remember Cafe Spice that was in Old City.
Yep.
I think that's what JJ's was before, actually.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yep.
So Cafe Spice was there, and the manager there was like, yo, I want you here weekly. And then I think it was like 2 days later, they were at Palmer's. He was like, yo, we want to do weekly. So I was doing like nights with 100.3 to beat at the time. They were doing live broadcasts at Palmer's. And I was like, yo, what are you trying to do? Which one do you want to do? He was like, I don't know. And we're kind of tired of splitting up $250 every week.
Yeah. So
it was like, yo, you do your John, I do mine, and like we'll just figure it out. And that's kind of like how I started moving.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. I was working with like one of these entertainment companies, and they originally had the contract with the Sixers.
Okay.
To put DJs on the concourse. Mm-hmm. So I started doing DJs on the concourse with them. So I think that's really where I kind of got my style.
Okay.
So, and like how I play, I play, like you mentioned earlier, I play fast.
Yeah.
I play in a manner of, you're going to know it's a DJ here, and you're going to know I'm the DJ.
Yeah.
So that was like the attitude I had going into Sixers. Not as much for pregame, but we would do in between every quarter.
Yeah. Yep.
And in between every quarter, you got 15 minutes to let them know. Or I'm sorry, we would do not in between every quarter. You would do halftime.
Yeah.
And we have for 15 minutes halftime. You're going to know I'm here.
Yeah.
In that 15 minutes, I would run through at least 20, 25 songs.
You're moving.
I would just run them.
Think about how long songs are. So how many songs act is.
Yeah.
That's long.
So I would run them, but so people were like, shit, whoa. Turn my swag on? Swag surfing? Two-step?
What's going
Throw
on?
some D's? Like that? Like, this joint is moving. And like, that was my shit. So like.
Throw some D's. Wow.
I just ran through them. Yeah, I'm a big M nerd. So that's kind of like how I started like moving. And then at a certain point, I think this was actually 2008 when the Phillies went to the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
I did my first time like DJing on TV, I think that was, or I don't know, on a bigger stage. And I DJ'd one of the like rally days outside the ballpark on Good Day Philadelphia.
Oh, snap.
With like Mike, I think Jen was there. Chanel was on. Alex wasn't in the city yet, but I did that, and they were like, "Yo, this dude, I came in again. I like that's my energy going in, especially newer spots, newer clients, new hosts. My energy going in, like you gonna know
that I'm here.
Yeah,
that's smart.
I did that, John, in 2008, and then they started calling me into the studio. So for 2 years, I was doing like
I remember that
semi-weekly appearances over at Fox.
Yeah, I remember that. You would do the morning show and stuff. Wow. Yeah. So that's funny. Yeah. It's funny. Sorry, it just got really dark in here. You don't have to turn the lights on. We don't have cameras, but it's funny how the world progresses, right? And like you start out really small, and then out of nowhere, it's like poof, right? So I was a break dancer. Got hurt breaking, but I was working in Tiki Bob's at the time as a party motivator. Tiki
Bob's.
Yeah. And then I started DJing there, and that was all she wrote, right? Yeah. And now doing with the Phillies, and I feel like, it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm about to be 40 years old, so I'm like, thank God I can still do this, for the rest of my life. And then to go off your point about making an impression when you first walk in, right? Yeah. So my thing is, I'm always nervous for a new gig. So I make it a point not to drink. Yeah. Like, be focused.
100%.
Make sure I'm taking care of the crowd. I'm shouting out the bartenders. I'm letting them know that I'm here, right? I'm on the microphone. I'm hyping up the crowd. I'm talking. I'm shouting out the bartenders, shouting out the staff. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. And to prove what I'm saying is last a couple weeks ago, I was Whitebriar. Totally nervous. First time I played there was a happy hour with Smooth, and I bombed. I did terrible. Okay. And he said I didn't do terrible. Manager didn't say I did terrible, but I felt like I pulled the energy that he built, right? I didn't feel like I did right. So I was totally nervous going into it. And I'm playing the normal night shift, which is after their happy hour, which they're known for, right? Their 5 to 9 is like what they're known for, that everybody goes to the Princeton basically by 11 o'clock. You're like empty. So I'm like, Frank Nitti was playing before me. I was like, dude, any advice that you have for me? You've played both shifts. What do I do? Yeah. He said, dude, stop overthinking it, but play your normal like club set, but in reverse. Start high and go low. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So start high, like all high energy, fucking fist pump, sing-alongs, blah, 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 blah. And as the crowd starts to die down, start winding it down. Okay. So I never took my foot off the gas, right? So I kept it up, went down for a couple, went up, like roller coaster them whole. Yeah. They stayed till 1:30. The management was like, that's never happened. Yeah. Like, ever. Yeah. Super impressed. I didn't drink 1 ounce of liquor. Right. Had a great time. I think I drank a Celsius when I was there. It's the only thing I had, because I was afraid also because there's not a good bathroom situation there. Oh, shit. So if you have to take a pee, you have to run across the dance floor, up the steps, around the corner. It's like you can't pee there. Yeah, it's impossible. So I'm there on Sunday by myself. I think I'm the only DJ that day. And I'm like, fuck. Thankfully there's a lot of people coming out, so like I'll have somebody to like watch this stuff, or at least I'll put like pop that on. It's like 6-minute song, so it's like I can run. But so actually, this is a good segue. Have you ever had a oh fuck, I have to go to the bathroom moment while you're DJing a packed nightclub? 1 or 2, doesn't matter. You don't have to specify. But do you ever have oh fuck, I gotta go to the bathroom, I can't hold it? Because I have one. It was terrifying.
No, I don't think I just go. I just dip over to the bathroom and then I just walking right in front of the line. I'm like, yo, I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So DJing Kavanaugh's before they had the big tent. This is years ago.
Yeah.
You're up on that high thing, which they don't have anymore.
3
thank God.
urinals in Kavanaugh's for 30,000
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Packed, like mob scene.
Yeah.
There's, the whole deck's packed, the side deck's packed, inside's packed. I'm DJing for like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And I get bubble guts. And I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah.
What do I do? It's 12:30. Energy is through the roof. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I have no idea. I had to put a mix on and run to the bathroom. I came back. Energy was like,
oh shit.
I had to bring it back up out of nowhere. But that was my big oh fuck moment. So I'm like, oh shit.
Jesus.
Like, what am I supposed to do? So I was like, I'm afraid that's gonna it hasn't happened yet at the Phillies, but I can't imagine what that would be like. But oh god, that was a big oh fuck moment. Like, you never had an oh fuck moment?
No. I was talking to somebody. I don't think I've ever called out. Besides when my son was born.
Remember when I got food poisoning at Westondown? You had to come save me.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I might have told you about that. Ben.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm DJing. I was like puking my guts up at Westondown every other song. Yeah. I'm like, "How you guys save me, dog?" I'm like cold sweats. I'm like doing terrible. Jesus. I had some other kid Eric play while I was gone. I was like, "Yeah, just run through this folder until Hollywood gets here." Yeah, yeah, and that's where that's where I found out the August door lock exists because he wasn't home, so he let me in his house. It was like, the bags in the second room. Yeah. He had my bag and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's where I found out about the August door lock. Because of you. Because I let people in my phone. By my phone now. Yeah. It's wild.
I had it in my old apartment.
Yeah. So this is another question I asked DJs. Have you ever had another, like, a oh fuck moment when you have, like, a packed... Well, I guess you kind of already answered this, but like an oh fuck moment when you drop a song that you think is going to work and it just bombed. Like, incredibly bad.
Yeah, that's...
and I feel like this sticks with DJs now. It definitely sticks with them because it's like I've had those moments, and I've also had a wedding moment when I played the wrong daughter or dad song. Ooh. I played the wrong version of it. Same song, but wrong version. And I feel terrible now because her dad passed away. So I feel really bad now. But
yeah, I've had some strange things. I did one wedding. This was like a couple weeks ago, and the breaker tripped in between their choreographed first dance. Yeah, it was wild. And I was like, what
do you do? Do you scream because your microphone don't work?
So that was, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, there's a little bit of a power situation. We're going to figure it out in just a second. Just hang tight. Like, I literally just said that out loud and then went to go check it. Yeah. And then we wound up like restarting it from the beginning. But so one of the, maybe I should, I don't know. They'll never be able to tell. But one of the things I do is I just blame somebody else anytime something. Anytime.
That makes total sense.
I've had like my laptop like stop, shut down, and I'm like, yo, sorry about that. What? And I will look at this person either directly next to me or whoever is like bar back. I'm sorry. I'm going to blame somebody else,
not myself.
So easily too. Like, in the most sincere way, I'm going to be like, oh, somebody, did you? He hit the court. Give me a second. I'm going to get everything back on. This guy just hit the court. No problem.
Ben, what are you doing if he does that to you?
Yo. All the time. Or I'll look for a customer first.
Yeah.
Especially like if somebody's up there asking for a song. Oh yeah, you just knocked it out.
Have you ever called anybody out on the microphone? I've done it when people like hold their phone up to their head and shit.
I've thrown someone's phone before.
Really?
Like at Vesper. This girl, she comes up. First of all, I don't know. This should be the album cover. I hate when people write songs on their phone and then put it on their forehead. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I almost fought some dude a couple weeks ago about it.
The world needs to stop doing it. It's dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't. No other setting are you allowed, or is it socially acceptable to do that for any other job?
Right.
Don't do that. So I hate it. because it's not socially acceptable. Like, it's just rude as fuck. But then it's also like it throws you off. Yeah. So like if I associate to like a bank teller. If you're counting, right, and I give you a stack of money and you're counting like $1,000, and I'm sitting there going like 200, 300, 450, 6, 7, 12, 17, and you're just doing that. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
While I'm doing, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop. So, this girl does that. She puts her phone up, and I usually like wave it off without looking, because even if I look, I'm going to think of that song. And like I said, I'm a BPM nerd. So if I see God's playing on there, my mind is automatically going to 76.
Yeah.
Immediately. So I'm going to think of what that song is and that BPM, and then my mind will also work with like what matches that and how to get to it.
Okay.
It's really, really fucking weird. And I think that's the one thing that makes me a good DJ.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of thing.
I'm the same way, kind of, yeah.
Party in the USA. Oh, shoot, 96.
Yeah.
So that's how you short circuit a DJ.
Yeah.
See, Ben? See?
Yo, I'm telling you.
He just did that?
And it'll throw me out. And then you're thinking 96. Oh, shit. Well, maybe I can go to, say, 93. And like, maybe I can go, or if I'm up here, I can transition down from 128 to 100 and then blend that in. And like, my mind is doing all that while you're holding this dumbass song that I'm going to play anyway. Peppers. Get the... Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, get away from me.
So she holds it up like in the crowd. I'm like, I wave it off. Then she gets a little bit closer, like to the front of like the DJ table. Then she puts it like next to my laptop. And I'm like, no. And I like push her phone from that side. Then she puts it like over my laptop in front of my screen. Bye phone. It went right into the dance floor.
What'd she do?
She went to go find her phone.
Anything happened after that? Any
her boyfriend was like, "Oh, she just said you threw her phone." Yeah, I did. I definitely did. How did I get it? When she's supposed to be all the way over there?
Yeah. What did he say?
Leave my booth.
What did he say?
He's not gonna do anything.
No.
What are you gonna do?
So this kid came up to me at Steam Pub. I'm setting up, not even DJing.
Oh my god!
Holds "Boys a Liar" Part 2 up. Like, first, that's a girl song. Why are you holding it up?
I think it's
a stupid song.
Yeah,
but I play it because it has like I actually kind of like it. The beat.
It's great for girls.
It's got like a Baltimore club feel to it.
Yeah.
So me and you like that era of music. So hold it up, not even playing it. I'm like, bro, this is like top 10 song in the country. I'm gonna play it at some point.
Right.
I got you. And the owner was standing next to me. He's like, yo, dude, you didn't even set up yet. Leave him alone. Right. 3 songs into my set. Boom, right back up. And I'm like, bro, really? And he gives it to his friends, starts handing it to his friends, having people come up to me with it.
Yeah, see, no.
And then I'm like, bro, like, stop. So I text the manager. I'm like, yo, you got to come send security up here, get someone near me, because I'm about to lay this dude out.
Yeah.
And he's like making fun of me. He's like saying, fuck you suck, all this shit. I
stepped out of the booth.
Yeah. I was so close to losing it. And I'm usually pretty good. Yeah. I'm usually pretty good. I got really thick skin, but there's something about this kid. I just didn't like him.
So there's 2 things. Here's the 2 things I would have did with that. I would have, when he got back in the crowd and he showed it again, I would have gotten on a mic and said, hey, everybody, I apologize, but we're not going to hear Boys a Liar Part 2 tonight until this guy leaves.
Oh, that's actually really good.
And then if he held it up again, I would have said, why is this guy asking for a song? Does he want to twerk? Like I would have started going in, like throwing the most. It would have been a roast session, and I would have just kept egging him. I actually did something similar to somebody at what was Wreck and Royal before
G Lounge.
Between stats when it was that.
Yeah.
So you remember where the DJ booth was all in the back, right?
Yeah.
This girl kept asking for this fucking song. She kept trying to get her friends to come up there, and I'm like, yo. I got to the point where like, yo, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. So no matter what you say, I'm not going to play it because you annoyed me so much. So she stayed for a while, blah, 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 blah. And I made sure I kept an eye on her. And you remember, like, the booth was all in the back.
So you could see when they're about to leave.
I waited until she got all the way to the end, right before you cut the corner to go on the steps, and I dropped the song. It didn't even match whatever I was playing. I literally waited, and I played it. She goes, oh, she lights up. She runs all the way back into the dance floor.
He turned it off?
And I put my other song right back on.
That's amazing.
It was the most satisfying fucking moment.
I love that.
Oh, it was great.
So Ben likes when I do, I was like, the easiest way not to get request played is to put your phone up to your head. Like I always troll people that usually do that.
Yeah.
So, but at Steam Pub, I know the owner and like, I don't really know anyone else there. Yeah. Right. So in Philly, I can get away with certain things on the microphone because I know the bouncers, I know the owner, I know the bartenders, I know everybody in the room. So like either way, I'm protected. Right. So
Right.
Steam, I'm not protected at all. There's no security near me. There's nothing at the beginning of the night. So I'm like, a lot of things can happen here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can get a drink thrown at me, phone thrown at me, something thrown at me,
Yeah.
or people can come into the booth.
Yeah.
Where I feel like in Philly, I feel more comfortable because more people know me
Yeah, that's true.
to say whatever the fuck I want. Right. Because you remember that incident, Dave Mass got beat up in AC at Mountain Bar one night for giving a guy a lip on a microphone. Dude came up and laid him out.
See, if you walk up to the booth after you've said something like I'm gonna take care of that before you.
Yeah, before you even. Yeah.
There's no reason why
I'm very unconfrontational, but when you give me a reason to be, then it's forget it. Ben, are you you're not that confrontational?
No, not usually.
Have you ever been in a fight? If you have to
Not-
think about it, probably not.
Well, I follow with like friends and stuff, just knowing that like we're like sparring or something like that. But I'm not really like an actual. Well, no, I got me and my buddy got thrown out of a club in Boston.
Okay.
And like that was like a little bit of an altercation.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever been in a fight like recently or anything?
Yeah, I've been
in a couple tussles.
So you know what I think? I think people like to challenge me because I'm a big man and I look nice.
Yeah.
And or they'll know, or they like know who I am. It's
Right.
kind of I'm in like a weird position where I can't necessarily do much.
Yeah, you're in a spotlight,
like,
so it's like
yeah, because of that. But I will also like I have no problem fucking you up if I have a reason to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you earned this, bro.
You earned it.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna let you earn it.
that's kind of how I feel, and like why I don't mess with people because I'm like if I'm in the right, I wouldn't feel guilty about it. 'Cause I'm like, but I'm not gonna like go start stuff with them.
Do you remember?
People usually back down before.
Do you remember your first fight? I remember mine. So I want to wait to hear what you guys say. I remember my first fight ever.
Oh, ever?
Yeah. While you're thinking about that, I want to turn the lights on because it's getting weird in here.
Yeah. First fight ever. I do remember being at what was it? Man, what was it? It was like Emerald City or something like that.
Oh,
Vault.
Okay. I was gonna say Emerald City. That was the first time I heard Paul Oakenfold.
It was either Vault or Lit. It was one of those. But this guy comes up and he's asking for a song, and I'm like, he's asking me to play one of his songs.
Oh God.
And I'm like, yo, I can't. I'm good. So he pulls out like money. He's like, yo, I'll give you $20. I'm like, I don't want your money, bro. Like I don't want to play your song.
Right.
Like if you want me to pay for it, it's got to be trash. So then he's like, yo, here, you gonna play? You're not gonna play? I said, no. You remember like actually it was Vault because that was when the DJ booth was like in the middle.
Yeah.
So he goes, yo, you're not gonna play? I said, no. And now like you gotta leave my booth, man. You like you're distracting. No, man, you gonna play. And I said, I need you to leave the booth. I said it the second time and then I snapped. He went, so like like the DJ booth entrance was the left side. He hit every single step on the way down. Every single one. And the security goes, he goes, yo, man, all I heard was, it's a fight. I said, where's that? In the DJ booth. They were like, what
and you're a big dude.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, like 6'5", 6'3"?
6'3", 225.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're a big guy.
I don't know why people try to do that.
And that's why, like, because like that, going back to your childhood, you probably would have been a good football player, the size you are. Were you always this size, like a big kid?
No, I was athletic.
Yeah.
Like I was like slim and trim. I think I got my size once I started lifting.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't lifting then.
And you were a vegan for a while, right?
Yeah.
Are you vegan still?
No, I'm mostly vegetarian. Like every now and then I'll have like fish or something like that, or like
ice cream.
Ice cream every. The only time I eat ice cream is at Philly's.
Yeah, every time I see this guy,
only time
ice cream.
It's so good.
Yeah,
and it's
Frank's
so much
man.
of it. Yeah,
Frank's
and then like Frank, I can't do that.
There's this big. He's like bigger than him.
Yeah,
guy. His name's Frank, older guy.
Yeah,
and he does the ice cream line. And I never go near him. He's like, I already know, Tonka. I already know. He already knows me because I always.
Is it like hard ice cream or soft serve?
Hard ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah. He makes any kind of toppings you want.
Yeah.
And every kind of flavor. I think they have like 12
He'll
flavors.
give you a cup randomly. Like you'll be like, I'll just take like 2 scoops. No. You're gonna get a cup, and it'll be like a 64-ounce cup of
ice cream,
scoop after scoop.
Yeah, and like, oof, man. One of these days, I'm gonna get ice cream, and I'm gonna surprise him. I'm gonna get ice cream.
Yo,
I love ice cream, but I can't eat it. So, So do you remember your first fight ever, Ben?
I don't. No, I mean it was definitely with my my buddy Chris, who was like my older brother.
Yeah,
he lived across the street. Like we'd get into fights all the time.
Yeah. I fought a kid in middle school. My last day of middle school. It was like these guys, like part of my wrestling team, they were throwing his calculator around the gym. I'm like, all right, that's enough. Like, let's leave this kid alone. I go pick up his calculator, give it back to him. He puts me in a headlock, throws me on the ground. Yeah. I was like, well, you earned it. So literally, like he was way bigger than me. So I was like, I'm already on the ground. So what do? I literally right hooked him and then went on top of him, started beating the crap out of him. Yeah. Blood everywhere. Jesus. I got suspended out of school suspension for the last 3 days of school because the guidance counselor was afraid of my mom. Because my mom had to come in when my brother got suspended, and she said my brother was a bad seed. She picked up a microwave and threw it at her. So she was afraid of my mom. She didn't want my mom to come in. When she called, my dad answered the phone, and she was like, "Can you please leave your wife at home? Like, and only you come." Yeah. Because she was terrified of my mom. Miss Geisel. Jesus. I'll never forget that lady because she was terrified of my mom. I got away with everything in high school because she moved up with us. I got away with everything because they didn't want my parents to come in school. I used to come in late. Everything. No problems. It was great. Just because they were terrified of my mom. She literally picked up a microwave and threw it at this lady. Yeah, my mom was no bullshit. Like she would do some weird shit like that. Jesus. But so let's so where were you like in high school then? Because I don't know much about Jehovah's Witness and stuff like that. So what was your like high school life like?
I mean, it was regular. I didn't hang out outside of school. Okay. But I think I was the same way as I kind of am now. I was like I was cool with everybody. Yeah. In high school, like. You know,
where'd you grow up?
I grew up in North Philly, but I went to North. You remember, I went to Northeast.
Yeah.
So I went to like Salisco and Wilson, Northeast. So I went to all my schools up on, around Cottman, and I mean, I was cool with everybody. It's cool with everybody growing up, man. It was, I think it was great that I went to school out there, but I like kind of lived in the hood, so like I knew both sides of the fence. If you, you know what I mean? If you know,
like I grew up kind of the same thing. Yeah. Like I went to school in the hood, but I didn't live in the hood, so it was kind of like I got both sides.
I was trying to get out of that, Joe. Yeah. It was wild, but I learned a lot in Northeast, and then like or in those Northeast schools. But I was one of those kids that was like I think it was like everything but sports. Like I played instruments, I did like choir, and I did the shows.
So you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to play music. What was your instrument?
I played the violin until I was in like.
Can you still play?
6th grade.
Like if you ever seen someone with the violin,
I still know how to play a little bit, and then I played the upright bass, and I played the drums for like 2 years.
Nice.
And then once I got to high school, I stopped playing instruments.
Yeah, same.
Because you can't be that kid. Like it wasn't cool. I mean, you can, but like
unless you were the drummer in the band, it wasn't cool.
Yeah, at like 14. Carrying a violin around North Philly is not
a good look. You got drumsticks.
You're not gonna have a good time.
Story.
Yeah. Like if you're young, like 8 years old, like this fucking kid got he's a little nerd. But like 14,
high school was 13, 14, was like an eye-opening thing for me. Yeah, because like when I went to high school, it was the first year they ever had 9th grade in high school. Okay, it was usually 10, 11, 12. Yeah, and then middle school was 7, 8, 9. Yeah, my middle school was. When it was the first year it changed, it was just 7 and 8. And then
was my middle school was 7 and 8.
Yeah. So now I think it's 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's weird now. It's so weird. But so when I was in 9th grade, it was the first year in high school, and I'm like the only dude in band, which is cool, but all the chicks were ugly. So I was like, I gotta get out of this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I rolled with it for a little bit. I played the snare drum, so it was easy. Yeah. And once we had to like get up early and like go practice for like.
You had that big black plastic case that you had to keep the snare drum in.
Yeah.
You just pushed it on the floor.
Yeah.
Or like you had to put it on like wheelie cart.
Yeah. I had the wheel cart. I had the wheel cart. Yeah. You had the bungee cord. The bungee cords. You know exactly. And the funny thing is, my brother, he have an older brother. Not Mike, my other brother. He's like in his 60s now. I had his snare drum from when he was a kid. It was like metallic blue.
How many times did people kick the shit out of it while you were rolling with it?
Oh yeah, people just like walk by, kick it over, and you're just dragging it.
Right. It flips over on the wheel side.
Come on, guys. Let's try to get the band. But we had to start practicing with like the football team and like doubles in the summer. I was like, nah, man, I'm out. Yeah, like I can't do this. But I was like a late bloomer growing up too, because I was like short, fat in high school. I didn't like hit my peak until like end of sophomore year. I hit my like growth spurt.
Yeah.
So I was like this short, chubby kid trying to make the football team. Like, because all my friends were doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And then when I leaned out, I found the breakdancing crew, and that was all she wrote.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I started dancing, and it was like, I didn't do anything but play golf and breakdance in high school. That's all I did, and skip school a bunch. Did you guys have like that work release where you can leave school early?
Yep. I signed the first day.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Did you have
First
that,
day
Ben?
signed.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
unless I didn't take it.
great.
Unless it was a thing I didn't take advantage of.
Yeah, senior
Yeah.
year, you were allowed to leave early if you had a job. So we owned a gas station growing up.
Yeah.
I was allowed to leave every day at 10:30. I was only in school for 2 hours.
10:30?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Yep.
I got like a period off.
Oh, no. I was out for half the day.
No, I think I was able to leave at like lunch. It was probably like 12 or something like that.
Yeah,
But it was only
it might have
like-
been 11:30. But either way, I had one lunch and maybe 3 classes, and I was done. For the day.
But I was also like a schemy, hustly type guy back in
Doesn't
high
surprise
school.
me.
Like
Doesn't surprise me.
I don't know if they had it when you were there, but like they had like the permanent hall passes.
Yeah.
Steal one of those every September.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so anytime I got cut class, got my hall pass right here. Just keep it in my book bag.
Yeah, what you talking about?
Steal the shit out of that, John. As soon as I get it. So I would do that. I remember I broke my foot in 10th grade, so then I had an elevator pass. You could use the elevator.
We didn't have it. We were all one floor in high school.
Yeah, we had elevator pass. What else did I do? Yeah, I definitely did work release. I got my first car when I was in 12th grade.
Yeah, same.
$1,500 I paid for that thing, man.
What was it?
Chevy Corsica.
You know what my first car was?
91 Chevy Corsica. What?
91 Chevy Lumina.
Yeah,
It's basically
look at
the
that.
same thing.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Couldn't afford it. Lumina. No. Probably about the
Lumina
same
with the
amount.
Eurosport wing.
Yeah.
It was black,
Oh, man.
red interior.
Yeah,
It
mine
was sick. That was the system that blew my eardrum, my left eardrum.
Oh shit.
I put
you put something in.
I had 2 subs in the back floor,
Jesus.
2 subs in the back, 4 6x9s in the rear deck.
Yeah.
Upgraded every speakers in the door. Had tweeters in the headrests. I'm in the sunshades.
Yeah.
That
Jesus.
car was loud, and it ruptured my left eardrum.
Yo.
I had kicker truck subs in the back seats, like where you would put your feet.
Yeah.
That car was loud.
Yo, that's wild.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then I
mine-
rear-ended a $100,000 BMW, totaled it.
Mm.
I was driving for maybe 2 months.
Jesus.
I was playing with the head unit. Rear-ended a BMW
God.
750 IL,
Jesus.
top of the line BMW at
Yeah.
the time. It was like a $90,000 BMW. Do you remember your first car, Ben?
Yeah, it was a '99 Nissan Maxima SE.
Wow, that's a great first car.
That is.
Yeah, it was
Was
my
it-
dad's, and I bought it off him.
Was it a stick shift?
nice.
No, automatic, but leather, tan leather, black paint job.
Wow,
and,
that is a great first car.
That is.
That might be the best first car I've ever heard. Wow,
I think I had
a
like 20 cars before I got something that nice.
a 99 Nissan Max. I was at the
That's
better
nice.
motor and everything. The
Yeah.
SE.
Yeah, and
You
it
had
had
the-
the
the-
Bose
Ooh.
sound system. So
Yeah,
it was
wow.
Yeah.
Sunroof.
Yep.
You were the kid I hated in high school. Like
I worked all the time. It was
Yeah.
like
What was your first job?
I worked at McDonald's for a little bit.
Stop.
That was like, yeah.
Is that why you like McDonald's?
No, it was all right. I wasn't there too long. I
Oh,
worked
okay.
at this Italian restaurant like down the street. and
Okay.
it was the worst. It was rough. You worked because all the money's made on Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like super slammed. Like you had to carry all these like crazy heavy ass tables and chairs up from like this basement.
You were
and,
a
like,
server?
put it
Or?
out. No,
busboy?
I was a busboy for
Okay.
a while. And it was good money though. But
You
like,
saved up for a Nissan,
Yeah.
99 Nissan Maxima.
That's a good one.
yeah.
That is a great first car.
yeah,
I can't believe that's your first car. That was like the kids, like when I see like the rich families buying their
Yeah.
kid like a brand new car at the showroom, like
Yeah.
that's gonna get totaled. How long did you have it?
I had it for a number of years. Yeah.
So you didn't ruin it. You had.
I
it.
ended
deserved
up
it,
crashing it. Yeah,
Oh,
I did
okay.
crash it. Yeah.
Well,
but,
did you do any mods to it? Were you into modding cars then?
I was super into. Yeah, I mean, I didn't touch anything on it at the time.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe it.
I really wanted the.
First car.
Back then, they had the Skyline body kit for it, which looking back would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Now on
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
But it was like Fast and Furious and stuff like that. But they had like the side skirts, the
Because
bumpers.
the Fast and
all
Furious
that.
me they came out in 2000.
Yeah.
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 So you were in that era. Wow.
Yeah. So
I just put 2 and 2 together. You could have put the blue paint on it with the shark on the side.
Oh
you could have been Vince from Back to the Future. Not Back to the Future, from Fast and Furious.
My friends, we all like my
supercharger, still in supercharger.
Yeah, my buddy had a Mitsubishi 3000 GT.
Oh, another car I love.
I had one of those before.
Stop it, really?
Fast as shit.
It's my brother's favorite car.
I told him that one too.
And then my other friend had a red Dodge Stealth, which was just kind of
same
like
thing.
Yeah.
But he had like the red underglow.
Yeah,
and then my other buddy had a Lancer, a yellow Lancer Evolution.
So you guys were literally Fast and Furious.
Yeah, so like we were trying
Squad.
but yeah, like,
deep
we were like all into that stuff. So.
Rolling down the Quincy, Fast and Furious style.
Yeah.
Damn, what color? You said it was black?
Black, yeah.
You didn't do any like performance mods to it?
No, because I pretty much was just paying for the car at that point. I didn't, and that was like I didn't really know like how to do all that, like the exhaust, because it was harder to buy parts.
Yeah, it wasn't as
stuff
easy
like that
as
at the
ordering
time.
from Amazon.
You know, now there's like a lot of websites and you can like buy stuff and everything. But like I would just like see it online.
I'm really
and
mad
look
that
at
was
like
your
it was a
first
couple $1,000s, and then you'd have to get it painted. I was like, I can't afford that. But that's what
I had a 91 Lumina. Went from that to a 90. You probably remember this car. You had a yellow Beretta. No, I had a not. No, you probably don't remember this one, but I had a 95 white Pontiac Grand Prix with neon turquoise underglow.
Pontiac.
I had a sound system in it, all Alpine Type R. It was the best installation job I've ever done in my life. Best sounding car. Got rear-ended by a drunk driver. Ruined that car.
Yeah.
Then I had a 90 Beretta Indy Edition car.
Yeah.
For a little while, and then after that is when I got my Scion. I think that's when I met you. Is when I got my. Actually, you might have known me with my Beretta, my yellow Beretta.
Yeah,
I had a yellow Beretta.
Yeah.
I actually had my truck for a little while. 92 Sonoma slammed out. I had a 92.
That one I do remember.
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah.
I still have it. It's on air ride now.
Yeah.
It's at my dad's. It's just sitting rotting away.
That was up on your story.
Yeah. I got it running. I got it running. I got the airbags working. Everything's working now. I just got to get a couple of things welded on it. I'm going to wrap it white and drive it for the rest of the summer probably. And do you still have all your cars? You have a truck, a Vet?
Yeah. Yep.
What year Corvette?
Ford, 73 Corvette.
That's what my brother's got. 73 Corvette. Yeah. What other toys you got?
That's it. I still got my other motorcycle, my Boulevard.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I still have it. I'm probably going to sell it.
Yeah.
I like the sport bike a little bit more.
Where do you put all this stuff?
Where do you,
is there laws in Jersey? You can't have multiple vehicles parked out front?
Nah, they don't care. They don't bother me.
Nah. So do you still have your bike?
Yeah, it's in not running right now, but it's at my buddy's house in New Jersey.
Yeah, I remember you moved it over there when you moved. What bike was it?
Yamaha R6, 2012.
Yeah, so I was gonna say he's a bike guy. This guy.
Yeah.
You guys gotta link up, get him that discount.
Yeah, for sure.
Some Rev sell stuff.
You need any stuff?
Do you guys carry stuff for all bikes at Rev?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your car after the Maxima? Am I gonna be more jealous?
Maxima. After that, it was a Volkswagen Passat.
Okay, that's not a bad second car either. Man, you've been spoiled.
I think there's the one car I never owned, Volkswagen.
Really? What was your second car?
Hyundai Excel, $600.
Oh, so you were a budget driver.
So I got hit by a drunk driver.
You went from the basement to the penthouse.
It was bad. I had my Corsica. I can remember my first for you. I had my Corsica. Then I got the Hyundai Excel because it was $600.
Yeah.
I randomly found it on like an auto trader. And I was like, I'll just pocket the rest of the money, which was stupid because that car didn't last.
No, probably lasted like a week.
So I bought it from like South Philly somewhere off of Shit. So then I was like, yo, I'm going to get a neon because remember neons were really big back then. It's like, yo, I got to get a neon. These are like the coolest cars ever. So obviously I was on a fucking budget. And then I was like, yo, I'm going to get a manual. I'm going to get a stick shift. Did not know how to drive stick. So
I learned on an 85 Mustang with a blown clutch.
I learned on that neon that day.
Yeah.
That I bought
snap.
It. So I bought
You've
it.
Never ridden a quad or a motorcycle, nothing.
Nothing.
Oh wow.
So
that at least will teach you how to release the clutch.
Yo, I went to it was like off of York and Aramingo, like down by 95. So I find the car. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get stick. It can't be that hard. I'll figure it out. So it's crazy because they still sold it to me. What a jerk. So I'm like, go there. I'm like, yo, it's nice. He's like, yo, you want to test drive? I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't really drive stick like that. He's like, you don't drive stick? Like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to drive it. Just got to put it in, let your foot off and whatever. So he's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I signed the papers, all that shit. The car is outside. I didn't drive it. I think I turned it on. That was probably about it. So he's like, all right, man, see you later. So they all come out to deal the little auto shop shit dealer to like look at me while I'm trying to pull off. It probably took me at least 20 minutes to get off of this block. So I'm trying to get that
feeling,
that pivot point, and it's shut down. There's like buses behind me, cars behind me, like beeping. Yo, it took me 2 hours to get from there. I was on like Broad and Stanton, living up there at the time. It took me like 2 hours to get home.
Damn, I bet.
It just kept shutting off. And then I think I was like, I don't know, something else happened on that trip. But like, oh my God.
Damn.
Worse.
That's the worst anxiety when you have people behind you or you're at a light and you're
first in line
and you're like,
it happened to me with my Volkswagen. I don't know why. I was a fucking idiot. I turned the car off by accident. It's only a button now. And I didn't think you needed to put it in park to start it back up. I'm like, why isn't it starting? I put it in neutral, nothing's working. You got Volkswagen, you have to put it in park, put your foot on the brake for it to start.
Right.
People are beeping and shit. I'm like, it's like the first week I had it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Shit was lighting up. I was like, what the hell? I never had a fancy car.
Yeah.
I had 2 Scions and a 91 Lumina.
Yeah.
So like, I've had the most basic cars ever. Like, now I'm not like Ben, where I'm spoiled in a 99 Max. I still can't believe that was your first car, you lucky bastard. Jesus. So this is probably a good spot to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in as always. This episode and every other episode after is every Thursday, 8 p.m. If you want to follow Hollywood on Instagram, it is at Mr. Hollywood DJ, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And then Ben, I have an Instagram, but don't use it. I'll put his in the description because it's really long. I'm at DJ Tonka _. The show's Instagram is at Talkin with Tonka. Thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. And Ben, I hate you for having the best first car ever. Guys, catch you next week. I don't have a guest planned yet because I think I messed up. So thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.